Okay, welcome everyone. Grandma Mo here. And, I've been watching some of the college games and I happen to see, I guess, at the Chase Center. And if you follow my channel, you know I follow the Valkyries and they're our Northern California team. Well, at Valhalla, or the Chase Center as it's widely known as, there is this Invisalign Classic going on. And, I've been trying to cover the local kind of teams here. You got Stanford and you got Cal. And so Cal was playing USC, Southern California, who USC is ranked 19th. And they were at the beginning of the game 8-3, and Cal was 8-4. So, I just started watching the game and I hadn't seen Cal play at all. And Sharman Smith has been at the Valkyrie games a lot. And I thought I'd check it out. And it was so nice to see that the support that the Valkyries got, there was a lot of support there from the Bay Area to watch this college matchup. And beknownst to me, Stanford had played Oregon in the first game, and I haven't been able to watch the game yet, but they won again. I have been so pleasantly surprised with Stanford. I can't. I'm hoping I'll be able to see the game and it'll be put on YouTube. But they did someone put the SC Cal game on, which, boy, what a pleasant surprise that was. I was very impressed with Cal, and they have a little point guard. Her last name's Morris. Haven't seen her play before. I can't even pronounce her first name. But boy, what a little spark plug she is. And I was very impressed with Sakima Walker, who turns out is a transfer from the other USC, South Carolina. And she's got to be 6'5", 6'6". She's very tall. But Cal was very impressive for most of the game rebounding. They boxed out so well. USC did not get more than a chance, and the Cal had a 7 or 8 point lead in the third quarter, and then in the fourth they started shooting threes instead of pounding the ball inside. They got two players to foul out, and they went away from it in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and USC got back in the game. Not that, 8 points isn't really out of the game, but, the whole game had been really close, 2 point game the whole time, 2, 3, 4 points. And Cal had finally worked, they were working so hard and get the 8 point lead. Just tremendous defense from Cal. Hustling, rebounding, shot blocking. Sakima Walker, man, she, in the beginning of the fourth quarter, she just went whole hand on the ball and just pounded it down. Just terrific. And then not much later, Morris, I'm not even going to, her name looks like Alihana. I don't know what that is. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, I'm just going to call her Morris. But I was very impressed with her. Very impressed. She only had 9 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. But what a presence in the game. Just guarding people. So she ended up guarding a player that was 5'11". She's 5'5". And she drove to the hoop, went up, and Morris jumped up and just stuffed her. And it ended up being like a jump ball type of thing. But very impressive. So what a pleasant surprise this evening to catch a Cal game. I was, they ended up losing in the end, and they got to work on their foul shots. They missed 10 or 11 foul shots. I think that I'll have to look at let me see if they show that here. Free throws. They missed 10 foul shots. They were 20 for 30. There's the game. They could have won the game if they were, and USC was 8 for 12. And most of that was right at the end of the game because Cal was fouling with less than a minute left. And anyway, so USC takes the win 61-57. And I'm actually kind of surprised that USC is ranked 19th. I mean, they're good, but they're not. I don't know. They're not that impressive without Juju. And Jazzy Davidson is she's she's their leading scorer, I guess. Let me see here. Yeah, she had 24 points. She was basically doing almost everything. There's a couple other players. Smith and Dunn had 11 and 15 points. But then the only other player with more than 2 was London Jones. And she didn't have much most of the game. That was near the end of the game. So it was just really those 3 players that, and I'm pretty, let's see, there were 2 players that fouled out. I think Smith fouled out, and Gerda, they were saying her name on, it's a name I can't pronounce. She ended up fouling out. She was one of the people trying to guard Sakima Walker. Sakima Walker, I hadn't ever seen her play. That was a nice surprise from Cal. She ended up with 13 points and 10 rebounds. But her presence, every time USC started to make a run, she was out of the game. Just her presence inside was altering shots, was making USC not try and drive, or she was deflecting or stuffing shots, or just, for the most part, just diverting them and making them miss. So, anyway, I hope I get to see more games for Cal. But the breakdown of the scoring, USC was up in the first 13-10. It was a real defensive game. I mean, it was under 50 points with in the third quarter. Like at the start of the fourth quarter, neither team had scored 50 points. So the second quarter was tied 18-18, and then Cal went ahead 17-12 in the third quarter, and then USC came back and outscored them 18-12 in the fourth quarter. So let's see here. So you had Taylor Barnes for Cal, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Walker had 13 points and 10 rebounds. She had a chance in the end of the game to win it. And you know, there's too many times where you see college players, they either try and go all the way to the hoop and force it, or they don't go at all. And there's so many times where I see a college player and they go in, and instead of just coming to a jump shot and then a jump stop and then just taking a little 3-5 footer, they like stop and turn around and try and pass the ball away. It's like, just take the little jumper. I don't know why they don't do that. I see a lot of players not do that. It's like, just take the little floater or just a quick jump stop instead of trying to force it in with the trees, especially the guards. You know, just a quick jump stop. Lulu Twindell. I don't know the Cal players' names yet. This is my first time seeing them play. She had 11 points. Shepard had 8 points. Gisela Mall, she had 5 points. And that rounds out the scoring for Cal. But like I said, just really nice game for Cal. I was hoping they'd win. And you know, I'm hoping, I haven't seen the score. I guess Stanford and Oregon played the first game, and then the USC and Cal were the second game. So let me see. I don't even know. Let's see if we can at least catch a score. Yeah, Stanford won. They are 11-2, 64-53 over Oregon. And Oregon's 12-2. And you know, the last game I covered with Stanford, I'm like, they're going to be ranked. They beat Washington, and now they've beaten Oregon. So they are 4th in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Let me see. I don't even know who's in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Oh, there's another game I wanted to review. Louisville. They are the top of the Atlantic Coast Conference. They are overall 12-3, NC State is second. Syracuse, wow, Syracuse is in the ACC. Oh wow, Notre Dame is in the ACC. I thought Notre Dame was in the Big East. They always were in with Connecticut. Everything's all jumbled around. Anyway, so you have NC State. They're 9-4. Syracuse is 11-1, and then you have Stanford at 11-2. I'm hoping I get to see more Stanford games. Hopefully, they keep coming up on YouTube, and I can review them. I've been really enjoying watching the growth of these young Stanford players. They're fun to watch. But there's a game that they put on for Louisville, and I've kind of seen some scores from Louisville, and I wanted to review some games from them. So there's going to be there. I forget. I think it was Tennessee and Louisville. So I'm going to review that one next. It's getting pretty late now, but I'll probably do that one tomorrow. Just fun to watch. I'm loving when they're close games. None of these like 50-point blowout games. But, it's the early part of the season, so that those kind of games happen. But when you get in the conference games, stuff tends to get more tighter. So anyway, that's it for this one. Good game USC, good game Cal. I'm hoping I get to see more Cal games. And USC, they were saying that they all 5 of their starters are like gone, or they only have like one player left. And you have London Jones, who played for UCLA, is now a guard on USC. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.